2004. Kwa hivyo tumekuwa miaka 20. And so what we do, our key mandate is the political parties, we are a membership-based organization. So out of the 91 that we have registered, some of them are their members, and we are welcoming many more to be able to join us. So, so our core mandate is to strengthen the multi-party democracy in Kenya, to strengthen democracy. And when we say multi-party, we need not one party, but all the parties, right? So it's the aspect of tolerance and dialogue. Tunajadiliana, everyone has their own opinion according to the party manifestos, their ideals that each of the parties stand for. But when we look to one citizen-centered policy making, tunaweka mambo ya DCP, Kando, TSP, UDA, any of the parties, and we are all together in this county assembly at the national, also National Assembly, to make the policies for the citizens that are going to improve the lives of each and every one of us. So out of that 5, we have about 4 major programs. Dialogue, ndio hii tuko huku leo, Masungumza, Baraneria, and in Nairobi at the national level, this is the 7th edition we had this year. In March every year, we started from 2019 to 2025. So the next one will be also in March, Nairobi National next year in March. The dates I think from 6th to 8th to 9th over 4 days. This year we had about 13,500 participants over the 4 days walking in and out to hear, to discuss on various issues. We had 7 villages, so we've grown from 2 to 7. So even here in Meru, I know we are starting with 2, but we look forward to the growth going forward. And then part of that, dialogue as well, mazungumzo, we have something called Gumzo Shuleni. We have a key audience that we don't want to leave behind, the 14 to 17 years old. So those we target them at the high school level so that we can start having these conversations about the responsibility of each and every one of us at a young age, so that when they get out there and they get their identity card and the voting card, they can be able to make a wise decision, not on issue-based politics. The elect leaders, who are you voting for? Is it because they come from your area? I know we give those sympathy votes, but basically we look at who is going to improve the lives of the citizens, because that's the mandate of each and every political party to capture power. So we also have community dialogues, tunazita Gumzo Mtaani, city town halls. We can come here and sit under a tree, kwa uwanja, kwa jukwaa, and we engage with elected leaders. So now, like if we'd have come to this ward, tunatafuta Honorable Caleb, tunakaa chini with it's a walk-in free, people come to engage, to ask where are we since 2022, what we have the next 2.5 years or 2 years to go, where do we want to go as a ward. The same thing if we come now to the constituency level, we have Honorable Rahim, and it's the same conversation. And this, we are so encouraged because now we see the citizens coming not to, they actually want to hear, what are your plans? What are your visions for us as a people? And those are the conversations we want to have so that we can take the country forward. Then we also have intra-party dialogue. Within each of these political parties, I know, kuna zingine sometimes, Swahili ngumu, there are the challenges within the political parties. And there's some, sometimes the party, you can see that, they break, they fluctuate, different ideals, a different way of seeing things. So we encourage them to sit down, have a conversation, because each and every one of us has different opinions, and they all need to be respected. But the most important thing is to build that party. Chama ni ka football match, unatafuta where you belong, you support, and you move forward. Sawa. So another thing, another area of focus is the institutionalization and strengthening of political parties, which also now dialogue is part of that. And so to shift this large scale from personality-driven competition to issue-based politics. So when we have parties, we want parties that stand on ideals, not personality. So chama, nikijoin chama, is because of what this party, is it speaking to me? Not because of an individual. That way these institutions can be able to outlast the individuals. So we also look at Building capacity for effective governance. This is to improve their governance framework, establish internal processes, like to make sure they accommodate the youth, the special interest groups, which are women, youth, and persons with disability, so that each and everyone has a level playing field in these political parties. And I think I can mention something, the shift you've seen, like these ORPPs here, we love those conversations going in the tent, in the political dialogue. And it was so interesting to hear that when it came to the exchequer, that money, the way they divide the political parties' money, for every special interest group, elected on a party, those are the 3 PWDs and the youth and women actually under 35. No, it was youth and PWDs under 35. It was an extra 400,000 to the political parties. So this is to encourage the political parties to build the capacity. Please front these individuals, persons with disability, and the young people to take up these positions of, leadership in the party. If they show up for nomination, support them and let them win. Also support them to win, because this is an asset to the political parties. And the third thing we have is thought leadership on multi-party democracy. So this, we try to shape the national discourse on democratic governance. And one of the things that we are here today in this county of Meru is where are we and where we are going. So within a NARUA programs, so dialogue, you can see it's a continual process in each of these programs that we run. Then the other one, the last not least, is gender equality and social inclusion. So we work with political parties to make sure like those gender frameworks, the youth inclusion, the youth charters, they are recognized. They're given a seat at the decision-making table, not just for the ops, but so that they can contribute and give ideals that can take the party forward. Because I think the strength of any political party is the young people. Because we have about 75% right now of the population under 35. So it is, I would encourage each and everyone present, and the political parties especially, to encourage the young people to find an expression within the spaces, such that we have less of these, new counter formations. We have a lot of a bit even independent candidates, so that they feel heard and listened to, and they can be able to join. Even as we tell the Gen Zs, as we're having these discourses at the national stage and also at the local stage, is the fact that they can occupy the county assemblies, the parliament, the Senate, through availing themselves to take part in these elections and also being elected, so that they can also sit at that decision-making table, wajue hata mambo ni moto, because there are other hard dealings that happen within the political processes, and so that they can be able also, when they are there, to make this decision, and they can also be on the receiving end. So it's not just to occupy through protest, but let them avail themselves to be elected to take these positions. And karibu sana Bwana Mutembei. I decided to go through before you the host. I'll give you a chance afterwards. Yeah. So so thank you very much. That's what we do in a nutshell. And so I want to welcome the host, principal of the Meru National Polytechnic is here. I was trying to buy time. He was in a council meeting, so that he can come to officially welcome us, and then we'll continue the program. Karibu sana. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Madam Pamela. Good morning, everyone. I know there is a protocol which has been observed, and I want to ride on that protocol and say invited guests. I know I have a big list here which I have seen for the participants for this forum. And with great respect for the team in front, former Governor Kiraitu Murungi, my big boss here, and the MP of this great Meru our constituency. I want to say karibuni sana to the Meru National Polytechnic. Na mjisikie mkiwa huru kuwa nasi na kuongea yale mambo ambayo tunaenda kuongea siku ya leo. My name is Mutembei Kigige, as you have heard. I am the principal of this institution, the MERU National Polytechnic. And I want to assure you that when you are here, you are safe to continue with the business that is there, the people's dialogue. And this, to me, is a very crucial forum for the MERU people, because it creates awareness and people know the truths about what they need to participate in. I think I have read a bit of the Constitution, and the article number 1 says the sovereignty is about the sovereignty of the people. Belongs to the people of Kenya, and they can exercise that sovereignty either directly or through their representatives. And we need to know what are our limits and how we must exercise this sovereignty. Secondly, I know, because we are in Meru, most of you have known or have heard what has been happening around the institution. I want to say this when my MP is hearing also, that it's no big deal. It's no big deal. Our students have been complaining about fees which was changed in 1st of September 2023, when we transited from the capitation to what we call the Higher Education Fund. And the universities protested this around April of 2024. And I am aware that the Kenya Human Rights Commission went to court about the same. So then the funding was suspended for a while. And so our students have not been getting any funding for quite a while. And so they complained about the fees, which they said was increased by the principal, but the principal has no power to increase the fees of the students, because fees is determined by the ministry and also through the CS for education, for that matter. And that's what we have been struggling about, but we have managed to explain everything. And anybody asking us, because we have had also community participation, the community around us, we have had conversations with them, and we have agreed what clarifications that should be done to the students. And therefore, if you hear anybody say that Meru National Polytechnic has increased fees for the students, kindly tell them that the principal has no power, has no authority, has no legal mandate to change the fees of any student, because that is the prerogative of the ministry, and every one of us knows that. So unless there's something else which is happening which we don't know, then the issue of fees should actually be left alone. And therefore, I want to assure you that we have managed to sort out all these things, and therefore the institution is at peace and going forward. I am also aware on Tuesday there was a rumor that the students of the Meru National Polytechnic have decided to go to the streets, and people crossed their shops in Meru town. That was just a scare which should not have happened. I know today we have the social media and so on, which is alive, and people got so scared and they closed their businesses. That should not have happened. And the county commissioner is here. We have been working together, and that is what has been happening. I thought it is good, because this is people's dialogue, for me to clarify that to ourselves. Otherwise, I want to welcome you so much for this dialogue, and kindly feel welcome by the MERU National Polytechnic. I want to introduce to you the chairman of the Polytechnic Council, Dr. Anthony Njage Getambu. He said he doesn't want to speak. So we are in a council meeting, which is going on right now. So you will allow us to continue with the council meeting kindly, and then we'll be joining you a little later. Madam Pamela, kindly. And thank you so much.
Thank you.
If she's not around, I can continue talking.
I am the one to stop you from talking any further. Thank you very much. Tumpigie makofi tafadhali. Let's appreciate the principal. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, with us is the area MCA, Mheshimiwa Caleb. Wave to our people. Wakusalimike. Tumpigie makofi tafadhali. Asante. And next, of course, is the County Commissioner. Tunampenda sana, Bwana Ouma. Pigeni makofi tafadhali. Anadi anawapigia saluti. Asante sana. Mheshimiwa Rahim Enodhimenti, mpigeni makofi. And hapa katikati, of course, you can see the man who thinks about the youth sana. Unajua lazima niseme hiyo tu. I don't know what other people from other countries think. But I think you think about the youth more than even yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, appreciate, put your hands together and appreciate one and only, the chairman, Center for Democracy. Mheshimiwa, multi-party democracy. Raimu na yana he corrects me every time. I like him. So, wapi kelele ya chairman for Center for Multi-Party Democracy. His Excellency Kiraito Moronge. I'm tempted to ask Kingangi Kirioku Bambutia. And of course, you know, lazima tusikie joto ya watu wenye tuko nao wakubwa. Unajua ile account commissioner ilikuwa mpaka na security team yake yote. Asante sana. And closely is Reverend Dr. Samuel Kobia, the chairman NCIC, National Cohesion and Integration Commission, Makofi. You see, we are full house, ladies and gentlemen. And next to him is the CEO of NCIC, Dr. Daniel Motegi Giti. Makofi. Hapo katikati unaona sasa waziri wa vijana, wa gatuzi la Meru, wa sports, yani na hii maneno yote ya kuangalia jamii inaenda namna gani, wapi makofi ya waziri Murega. Asante sana. With us is the man who flies people out of this country on an airlift program, but sahi ni member of county assembly. Hizo titles zingine nitawaeleza. Kiambambe, simama tafadhali. Ako wapi makofi? Wameshangaa mbona nimetumia ile jina. Protocols zimekubali. Anaruhusu, unaona vile ana smile. Na tumelindwa, tumechungwa, tumeangaliwa pande zote. Unaona pande hii security iko tight. Naona ngambo ile nyingine sasa penye wazee. Come on, participate. This is dialogue. You see, that is why I'm very random right now. I want you to know, I'm introducing the day to you. Pamela amefanya vizuri sana. Lakini bado mimi naongeza locally. Niwaambie leo ni siku ya kuongea. Viongozi wako hapa, hawaja kuja kutuongelesha, la hasha. Wamekuja ndio tuongeleshane pole pole. Si ndio? Haya, so tumkaribishe DMK tafadhali, makofi DMK. So mzee wetu ambaye ametulinda ngambo ile nyingine si mwingine bali ni Secretary General wa Jorincheke, SG Murangeri Josephat. Makofi kwa wazee wetu akishirikisha wote. Nitakuwa naendelea na protocol huku nikiangalia pale nyuma, naenda line 2, nikiona tuko naye we have the ED CMD Kenya, and that is Franklin Mkwanja. Makofi kwake tafadhali. Alikuanga ombudsman na ndio tulisikia sana, hatukuwa tunaijua hata before. Wapi kelele ya kajuju? Tunaendelea pole pole. Nataka sasa ndio nisipoteze wakati mwingi, nitaendelea from here. I continue like this. I can see I have to continue. So, ladies and gentlemen, with all due respect, allow me to invite the area MCA, who is none other than Caleb. Will in turn invite the area MP, and county commissioner mtawalia. Hapo ndio nitachukulia. Wapi makofi ya kijana mchapakazi Mheshimiwa Caleb atukaribishe na pia aweze kututambulisha wale wabunge waheshimiwa wa County Assembly wako hapa. Karibu sana Caleb.
Asante MC, all protocols observed. Again, my name is Caleb Kebukul, and I take this opportunity once again to welcome you in Municipality 1, now that we've been invited at MERU National Polytechnic, and take this opportunity again to say asante sana to the organizers of this particular gathering that we have come as readers not to speak a lot, but to listen. Because I think from what has been happening, we've earned our time to speak. We've earned so many meetings for us to speak, but this particular meeting, it's for us to sit and listen. What exactly is happening? What have we achieved as a country and as a county? This particular moment, I want to take this opportunity to recognize all the leaders who have joined us for this particular meeting. I can see from the County Assembly, we have a number of waheshimiwa ambao wametutembelea, na ningeomba nichukue nafasi kwanza niwakaribishe. Nimeona Mheshimiwa Morogocho. Let's appreciate Mheshimiwa, you can come as well so that people can see you. And I can see Mheshimiwa DMK. Mheshimiwa DMK will be representing the County Assembly leadership. So I'll just give Mheshimiwa Morogocho just to say hi to the congregation.
Good morning. God is good. Sasa unajua mimi nikiwa hapa ninasoea kusema, nitasema mbas. Mbas. Unajua mtu akiwa wa mbasi lazima hiyo ndiye salamu ile anajua. I'm very grateful today for this congregation. And I'm just like I've heard my colleague saying today, we are coming so that we can be able to air our views and say what is in us. And as readers, we are set so that we can be able to listen and be able to join together and do what pertains to be done. Otherwise, why I'm so proud is because I'm the only elected lady woman in the MERU County Assembly. And this lady is from the Mbas. Asanteni sana.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa Morogocho. She's not just a lady but a mother to the assembly. That's the reason why we really respect her. Na asante basi kutupatia yeye. Yeah. Asante basi kutupatia yeye. So this time I will take this opportunity to welcome my Rinda DMK so that also he can represent the leadership of the County Assembly. Let's appreciate Mheshimiwa DMK tafadhali.
Ebega sana Mheshimiwa Caleb. Tuchemanagia Caleb ambire inda anorire mbitenjimu. Inda mwira ntiumba manto anjimu ni mwekoronke nganu okondugira muno. All protocols observed. The former governor of Meru County, the MP for Imenti North, the county commissioner, the chairman for NCIC, and the CEC for youth and sports, and all the officials of the Center for Democracy and other organizations who have hosted this event. And colleague participants, good morning. Bwana asifiwe. Thank you very much. I will not be taking a lot of time because I know we are going to have a panel where we are going to share some of the ideas that we have. But my name is Kiogora, DMK, MCA for Abogeta West, and the minority whip in the county assembly. You can see the minority leader has arrived, and I will also be welcoming him to say hi. And also to just make a few comments about today's event. Today's event is about political parties. And today's event is happening at the backdrop of the Gen Z revolution that you're seeing across the country. And so I think most of the themes that have been highlighted in today's program are revolving around the engagement of young people in politics, in the matters of political parties, and in the democratic space of this country. I think for a long time, each of us has participated or has done something to apportion responsibility to somebody else. For example, you ride in a matatu, you finish drinking water or taking yogurt, you open the window and throw out the bottle and say somebody else is going to collect the bottle. Responsibility of keeping the environment clean begins with you. You are leaders in a political party. You say our political party is for young people. But when you look at political structures, political occupants of offices in that party, they are all old people. But they say this party is for young people. Where are they in the political leadership structures? Or other parties are going to have them. You apportion responsibility to other parties. You come to nominations to county assemblies. You nominate old people, then you say other parties will nominate the youth. You go to the National Assembly, the same. So all of us, we have to, in the backdrop of the Gen Z protest that we have seen, we have to take the responsibility. Young people, you cannot continue to be leaderless. You are apportioning responsibility to lead to others. You have to go and contest for positions. You have to go to political parties and look for seats there that belong to you. For example, in our bus party, we wrote a new constitution last year. We have a student congress. It's empty. We have a youth league. It has only national officials. County officials are not there. I don't know them. You have to run for political offices. You have to run for MCA seats. You have to channel the awakening that the young people have through political parties. You have to become members, you have to become active, you have to take those offices, and you have to vie for these seats and win them. I was elected in 2017 without a coin. I just channeled young people's energy. You can do it. You cannot sit there and say, oh, I'm going to elect a young person next time when we come to MCA elections. Which young person, and you're not vying? You cannot defer that responsibility to somebody else. You have to take it. You have to run for these offices. You have to take up this responsibility. As I close, in 2010 or 2011 thereabout, a young man in Tunisia went to a police station to complain about the cost of bananas. Bananas. Then the police responded with violence against one person. They arrested him, took him to court and charged him with terrorism. Do you know what he did? He went to that polling station, the police station. He burnt himself. Alijimwagilia mafuta kutoka kwa kichwa and set himself ablaze. And that caused problems in the Arab world that we have up to now. That is the power of young people, and that's what you're seeing. It went to the Arab Spring. So many governments were changed out of the anger from the cost of bananas. So for us, the responsibility to listen to the young people belongs to us. You cannot say, hizo ni shinda za vijana, hawajui kenye wanasemea, they are just making noise. Let us listen to young people, let's involve them, let them speak for themselves. Your job is not to attend these functions and take photos. It's to come here and talk and say what you want and see that the governments are doing what is supposed to be done. And when you see a young man talking, for us as people in government, si kazi yetu kwenda kutafuta ati huyu ametumwa na nani kuongea. They can speak for themselves. Myself in bus party when I talk, sitaki kuambiwa ni Kiraito anaongea sababu DMK na Kiraito ni wa chama moja. I have my head. You have your head. So for you as a young person, express yourself, take responsibility and take this space. And whatever we are doing here as political parties in Kenya, political party participation has been very slow because political parties have been turned to briefcases of certain individuals. That if Gachagua changes today and goes to DP, you move with them to DP. If you are following DCP, for example. If Kiraito throws out bus, he goes somewhere else, we follow him there. That political parties are following the briefcase of the person holding it. Jubilee was very powerful when Uhuru Kenyatta was the president. After he left, there's nobody holding the briefcase so that we follow it. Lastly, as young people, we have to remove the influence of money from our politics if we want to succeed. Unaona venye mlikuwa mnaona watu wakiiba mnawapiga, because hao watu wanaiba si Gen Z na wenye wanachoma choma. The way you are taking responsibility of cleaning up, attending to the wounded, doing all those things. Wakati wa campaign ukifika watu wakianza kupiga mistari wagawiwe pesa zenu, you are supposed to destroy those meetings. You must go to the ballot and vote alongside ideas. Listen to people, what they have to offer. And as long as we are lining you up to give you money, these leaders will keep stealing from you. Kwani ni pesa yao wanawagawia? It's your money that they are giving you back. As long as you are there asking for money. The other day I saw you contribute to Gachagua when he was on a TV, 5 million by buying the TikTok lions and all that. It's your money that you raised. Go and contribute money and elect the leaders that you want. The culture of lining up people, collecting tokens from them, collecting rent from them, that culture has to come to an end. If we have to channel this revolution, it has to be channeled through political parties. That is the only way you can get people to speak for you. But as long as mtu ako parliament ama ako bunge na anasikia he bought the seat, ati aliwapanga line akawapatia pesa, he has no responsibility to listen for you when you complain about the finance bill. You say we don't want this tax, they are not going to listen. Nitanunua campaign inakuja, I'll buy those ones. That is why they are not doing public participation. That is why nikienda Abogeta West nikietisha watu chini waniambia hatutaki hiyo policy, I can just go ahead and do it either way. Si nitanunua hawa. That is the kind of mentality you put to leaders when you allow them to buy you. And we have to go back to where Kenya was before 92. The culture of buying voters started in 92 when we started democracy. We have to go to where politics was when we had a single party system in this country. I could hear stories from my grandfather telling me the way he used to walk from Kionyo to Kanyakine to listen to the MP talk, to listen to him and then go home. Nakuwa napewa fare. Anasema huyu akogamba. And they will vote for you because ukogamba and you are saying things that they want done. That's where we need to go. But as long as you don't encourage that, you don't do it as young people, the politics of tokenism is going to continue and you are going to continue to be on the streets forever. So you have to organize yourself, you have to get leaders, you have to get people to elect to offices so that you don't end up like Sudan. Last year, Tunisia had the elections and they elected a young person by channeling themselves, the young people channeled themselves, they elected a 43-year-old to the presidency. So we can do it in this country. So it's up to us to wake up and realize that it's time to channel yourselves through political parties, to organize yourself and to get there. So I want to take this time to invite my leader in the assembly, Mwenda Idhile, to come and speak to us. Thank you very much.
Asante, Mwenda Idhile, minority leader, mwesh hata kama ndaka mbili.
Thank you. The CMD chair, Honorable Kraito Murungi, the Member of Parliament for Imenti North, Honorable Rahim, the security team led by the County Commissioner, and also the Chair NCIC, Reverend Kobia, all the distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Good morning. My name is Mwenda Idhile, MCA Akide Ward, and the Lino Minority Party. I just want to apologize for coming late. I was not supposed to arrive after the chairs arrived, but I apologize. I just want to concur to what I've heard Honorable DMK saying, that we commend and appreciate the people organize this forum. Because in this country, we need to converse, we need to talk. There's no people for PNU, for Bas Party, for DCP. We all of us belong to a country, and we need to converse and talk about our country. I know what we need as a country. I know that in this country we have a future. If it is Gen Zs, the youth, we have a country to protect. We can't let our country go. We must protect our country by all means and ensure that we are fostering, or we are making sure that our interests are getting handled in the right manner. So mine is just to say that let us, all of us, speak if it is channeling our reforms that we want to be undertaken or want to be enacted, we channel them in the right manner. And we are here as elected leaders who are also young people to force and to ensure that we enact what our youth want for this republic to go ahead. And I would also like to urge the leaders in this country, starting with the presidency, to listen to these Gen Zs, to listen to every Kenyan, to listen to every citizen, so that we understand all of us and we come into agreement how we want this country run. I've been following on the history in 1990s where we had people pushing for multi-party democracy. And our chair was here, maybe that time he was active in that push for multi-party democracy. They end the reforms that they wanted to push. So even today, we need to get the reforms that we want to push so that we don't just wake up, start demonstrating, and then some people take advantage of what we are doing. They come and destroy property. So it's important we organize ourselves so that we know what we want as a republic or as a country. And I think by doing so, things will be good. Finally, let every youth in this republic take an ID, register as a voter, so that when the time comes for elections, we just vote the people that we hear these people are speaking sense. These people are giving us what we need. Because as the DMK has said, youths, we are getting discriminated out of leadership because we don't have money for giving people. We don't have money for campaigns. Same case with women. Sometimes we lack money to give people. And then you go, and then people tend to follow those who are moneyed, and you are left there. So that you to be involved or you to get those elective seats. We must push. Lazima tuseme ya kwamba si pesa, ni akili. Akili, mtu akona akili kiasi gani ya kuenda kusaidia watu katika mbunge. Ili tuweze kuelect wale watu ambao watatusaidia na wale watapitisha reforms ambao zinasaidia wa country. Otherwise, thank you so much. And thank you for the organizers of this meeting. Thank you.
Asanti, Ruero Mwe. Let me take this opportunity now again because we have our CEM, Elias Murega, representing the youth, also to come represent the county government. Mheshimiwa tafadhali. Let's appreciate Mheshimiwa Murega tafadhali.
Thank you very much, Mheshimiwa Kiraito Murunge, Mheshimiwa Abdurrahim, NCIC Chair and the CEO, Waheshimiwa ambao tuko nao hapa, County Commissioner. Habari zenu. Good morning. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. God is good and all the time. Mimi kwa niaba serikali ya county nataka kuwakaribisha. I know the Deputy Governor will be joining us shortly. So sitaki kuongea mengi kwa sababu sisi tumehusika ili tuweze kufanyia hii mpangilio, na nimefurahia because we have not come here just to give you lectures. We have come here to listen to you. Lakini nimefurahia sana Kiraito Murunge. Unajua saa ile mmekutana na Imanyara, umesalimiana hapo. Sasa saa hii hata I'm very expectant kuona how the dialogue will be. Kwa sababu kwa hii chama ya bus nimesikia ukimuuliza ala nani huyu ameingia huku, na yeye akakuuliza si ni secretary general wako, na ukamuuliza we excommunicated you. Sasa wewe si mwenye. Sasa I want to see that dialogue. Na naona Mheshimiwa DMK hapa, naona pia Alaji hapa. I want to see that conversation itaendelea namna gani. So I'm very happy. Na bado tuko na NCIC hapa. Mkiwa mtaeleano, kuna hata kama ingilio mediation wako hapa. So that the conversation I want to hear. So mimi sijakuja kuongea much. We have been given opportunity ya uongozi. But I've realized there are so many other people on the other side who know even better than us in positions. So hao ndio nimekuja niwasikize. Pia ningetaka kusikia the political parties. Mimi kama mmoja wale wana champion issues to do with the persons with disability as their CEC. Ningetaka kujua mbona hawajakuwa nominated kwa through their political parties. We cannot talk about inclusion without the persons with disability. And the political party, wale wana nominate, muko hapa. So that's the conversation I want to hear. And finally, pia ningetaka kusikia Gen Z. Because Sabasaba ukiongea about Sabasaba, wale walikuwa governor ako hapa, former governor Kiraitu Murungi. But juzi niliona wakienda street wakisema maneno ya Sabasaba, lakini the message ile wakanayo ni tofauti sana and what you are fighting for. So these are conversation of intergeneration nataka kusikia from our seniors, na pia wako huku mashinani, wale wanakuja from us Millennium, Gen Z and Gen Alpha. Wote nataka sasa hiyo conversation itakuwa tamu sana. Ama namna gani? Form ni kubonga. And hii ni platform ya kufanya nini? Ya kubonga hizo story. And tuone kama tutaepusha mambo ya kuchoma. Unajua mbeleni tulikuwa tumesikia wanafunzi wana shule. Sasa unaona wachomi shule. Kitambo kwa Millennium tulikuwa tunasikia kuchoma, unasikia ni ile mboza, bangi, hizo ndio tulikuwa tunasema kuchoma. Saa hizi sijui kuchoma imechange, sasa ni from shule ni kuchoma. Hatatikiri au, lakini I'm very happy and I know hii conversation itakuwa umuhimu kwa sisi as a county. So welcome everybody in Meru County. Pahali tuna create a environment ya kuwasikiza. And I know haita turn like a political rally. This is just a conversation. So in as much as you are progressing with the ideals ya pate yako, ya muhimu ni sisi tuendeleze mjandara ambao utasaidia our young people in the conversation to address unemployment, a conversation ya mambo ya mental health illness, maneno ya conversation on how we can engage and strengthen democracy but in a structured manner. Hiyo ndio maneno natarajia. So sitarajii kuona sana tunaingia basi power, tunaingia chama ya TSP, tunaingia DCP. Tukiendelea hivyo utasikia maneno mengine itaepuka from here which will defeat the essence of coming together to dialogue. Asanteni sana and may God bless you.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa. Let me say that this is a very timely platform that has been created for us to sit, as I said, and listen and engage each other and know exactly what is ailing us or where are we heading as a county, as a community. Today I don't want to speak much because for me, I've said we had our time to speak. So we really want to sit down and listen to the communities, to the people. What is it that you want us, what is it that is there for us now to do for the communities, the time that God has given us? So because of the time factor, I just want to take this opportunity, welcome Mheshimiwa Lahim so that he can take over and invite other guests that are supposed to speak to us. Let's appreciate Mheshimiwa Lahim tafadhali anapokuja. Karibu sana Mwesh.
Asante Mheshimiwa. Good morning, good afternoon. I will ride on all the protocols because of time. First, let me say I'm glad to be here. CMD is an organization which brings together the political parties. And the political parties fund, it's 0.3% of the national revenue. And then I just saw that the bus party in 2022-2023 received 8 million shillings, but the major which went to UDA was 345 million, ODM about 170 million, and 46 parties received the fund from political parties fund. But apparently these few years, the fund has not been very, very successful because it's not distributing the money. But how do you get that fund is when you have a representation in either parliament or county assembly or governor or presidential. That's how you get the fund, and it goes according to that. But there is a bill a member of parliament is trying to bring, which has not yet been approved, where he's proposing that anybody who stood in the elections and they got votes, they would be given some money from the political parties bill, but fund. But that still has not been approved because it would mean the parties we have then we will dilute. Everybody will have a party. We'll have more than 300-400 parties, which is not possible. The second thing I would want to say is, when we had the post-election violence in 2007, we had the Kregler report. And I remember Justice Kregler from South Africa, when he came to Meru, I did make a suggestion, because I think, like what Honorable DMK has said, that political parties are briefcase parties, many of them. And I did make a suggestion that we should narrow down, because in Kenya right now, I think we are nearing about 100 political parties, and we'll still have more. And I had suggested that we should reduce them to maybe 2, 3, or maximum of 5 political parties, so that we have something which, because the ideologies, if we go to see the UDA manifesto together with the ODM manifesto, there is a very small difference between both manifestos. It's just the way you implement it is what is the difference. But otherwise, most of it is the same. But apparently, I think because of the law, that we cannot shut down the parties which are the briefcase parties. Something I would just want to reflect on what DMK has talked about. He mentioned the finance bill. And because he mentioned it, I need to correct the error which is there in the whole populace, that the finance bill 2024 was bad. The bad parts were removed when we approved it. But there is so much misinformation which is out there. Somebody says, oh, they will come for your goat, they will come for your cow, or they will do this, or a husband will ask the husband will ask the wife to pay something or the other. Let's be frank. Let's get to the core. We understand what everything is. Like this year, we didn't have a finance bill. We had a finance bill which was not increasing anything. And some members of parliament did not even know the finance bill has gone through, because there were no increments, really. It was just a rearrangement of how whatever is going to be done. Yes, I agree. We have made elections money. It is money which wins. If you do not have money, you cannot be elected. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. But who creates this scenario? DMK has said we elect youth. DMK is already out of the bracket of youth. He is 37, if I'm not wrong. He's 37. So do we say now we don't elect DMK because he's now out of the league, because 18 to 35 is the youth? Gen Z is the only thing. You cannot remove the president or anybody for now unless you do an impeachment, or he resigns, but unconstitutional, it is not possible. MPs, you can take a petition, yes, but the easiest one to remove is the governor, which we have seen, because it is the MCAs who vote. It is the MCAs who vote. So I will not want to say what you need to do or what you not need to do. But what I would urge all the young people who have not been registered as voters, as soon as the IEBC is constituted, please register as voters. And do not accept handouts. Do not accept handouts. I am not saying you should. But sometimes circumstances demand that you follow a leader who you want. I'm not saying you take handouts, and I'm not saying I give handouts. Or did I say that? I did not say it. Did you hear me? I did not say it. But the most important, you know, you can spend some money for mobilization. It's not a handout, it's a mobilization. Tunaelewana hapo? Sio, unajua sasa umekuja kwa mkutano leo. Hapa sijui CMD kama wamejipanga ama hapana. Sasa ukikuja kwa mkutano yangu ya mheshimiwa sawa, because this is, I have won 4 elections. I am behind, and I was in bus party when I first won. The first time I won when I was with Honorable Kiraito, when we were in PNU. Then bus party is the one which took me to parliament. Second term, I was at that second term of parliament, I was taken by Jubilee to parliament. And the third time, the beauty of our constitution, that we have an independent candidate. But you will say, I am not independent. But I am independent because I go with the government of the day. Kwani nitaletea maendeleo kutoka wapi? So you will say, maendeleo inapitishwa kwa budget. Yes, inapitishwa kwa budget, lakini lazima usikizane na serikali ndio uone maendeleo. Hiyo ndio hali ya dunia yetu. So tusipigane hapo. For parties which are coming up, I would advocate for them to give what they are going to do for us. Because if you do not tell us what you are going to do for us, how will we elect you? So we've got 2 years to the election. Hopefully, we're waiting for the IBC to be done. Once it's done, then we can start. Sasa firimbi itaanza kupigwa. But we want the boundaries to be delimited first before we go to the elections, because that was supposed to be done in 2022, and the new IBC commission which will be formed, let them do the boundary delimitation, and after that is when we go to the elections. So not everything is bad. Me and former Governor Kiraito, we were for the BBI because we knew what was good in the BBI. Right now, the NADCO report, which was done by President Ruto and former Prime Minister, has advocated nearly the same as what was proposed in the BBI. And Meru County, we were getting 2 more constituencies. 2 more constituencies. That was in South Imenti and Igembe Central. We were getting 2 more constituencies so that we can get more funding to Meru County. But apparently, politics took the day and we lost. It was lost at the Supreme Court. So I don't want to say more than that. I want to say, yes, let us work all together. And I see, for Center for Multi-Party Democracy, you have talked about the parties. But in 2027 elections, I see more people standing on independent ticket and going to parliament more. So we should look at, we want to see if the political parties fund can be given even to independent candidates. With those few remarks, I say thank you, welcome to North Imenti. Today was not a day for politics, like what Murega has said, but I've just said my journey in this field, and I hope and pray that the resolutions from this festival will be taken up and taken further so that we can entrench them if it is in law or something. Thank you very much, and I want to thank my mentor, Honorable Kiraito. I followed his line. He's been there 30 years, and I've been there 20 years, so bado, unajua 10 inabakia. Asante, Mungu awabariki. Let me invite our county commissioner, please, to come and say a few words. Ye haongeangi sana. Mambo yake ni security na security. Asante.
Makofi kwa Mheshimiwa Rahim, na huyu ni Mswahili halisi. Karibu sana County Commissioner.
Chairman, Center for Multi-Party Democracy, former Governor Excellency Kiraito Murungi, Chairman, National Cohesion Integration, Reverend Kobia, waheshimiwa, Mheshimiwa wetu Rahim, waheshimiwa kutoka County Assembly, ndugu yangu Mheshimiwa Murega, waziri, all other protocols observed. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Mko hai ama mko hoi? Naomba tuwe hai kwa sababu kikao ni chenu cha mazungumzo midahalo, kujadiliana. Kwa hivyo muwe hai. Mimi sitowachokesha kwa mengi. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to Meru County for the People's Dialogue Festival. Despite the recent violence and destruction of property witnessed as broadcast by the media, I wish to assure you that this is one of the best counties to be in. Enjoy your stay here. It is also important that I take this early opportunity to appreciate the Center for Multi-Party Democracy for choosing Meru for this inaugural dialogue. We do not take it for granted. Ladies and gentlemen, the claim of multipartyism in the 1990s was a fair struggle which sought to create more space for the citizenry to express themselves freely, besides being able to cherish dissenting opinion on matters. With the 2010 Constitution, the gains were consolidated and guaranteed. I am glad that this festival has come at the most opportune moment in Meru, given the divisiveness in our body politic. As an administrator, I believe that democracy goes beyond the voting and requires much dialogue and debate in order to find common ground and build consensus. Whereas people will cherish different views on matters of common interest, this should never create enmity and acrimony, but instead dialogue should be a pathway for people to proceed towards collaboration, however complex the difference in opinion may be. We all have our different stories, and this forum gives us a platform to express ourselves firsthand in order to be understood. Third-party presentations and our reporting may sometimes be distorted or even shared in favor of some ulterior motives. Let us therefore seize this opportunity to strengthen our democracy by building trust and bridging unnecessary divides. Let us foster unity of purpose by inviting open discussions and transparent information sharing. As a county, let us seize this opportunity with zeal and vigor and paint the picture of the Meru we want. Welcome once again to Meru, and may God bless you. Jacob Ouma, County Commissioner Meru. Naomba dakika moja tu mwenyekiti. Niko na wenzangu hapa, Bwana Olo, kamanda wa polisi, apigiwe makofi hata kama upendi magwanda. Niko na Bwana Shombe, naibu wa kamanda wa kikosi cha Administration Police, ako hapa, apigiwe makofi. Ndugu zangu, ninapoondoka hapa lazima niseme neno moja, kwa sababu matukio ya hivi majuzi ni matukio yenye kutisha na kuogofya. Tusije tukapakwa mafuta kwa tako la chupa na kuelezwa ya kwamba walioshiriki soko mbingo na uharibifu tulioshuhudia si sisi. Naam, ni kweli ya kwamba baadhi yetu hawajatia kidole katika kunajisi vitu vya watu, lakini mbele ya Mwenyezi Mungu ambaye ana jicho ambalo halilali, tuna baadhi yetu ambao wameshiriki na kuharibu na kuvuruga na kushiriki wizi wa ngawira. Nafikiri ni muhimu ya kwamba tuelewe, hatuwezi kuwafikia ama kufikia mabadiliko kwa njia ya kuharibu miundo misingi na miundo mbinu ambayo iko pale imewekezwa kwa minajili ya kutuauni sisi. Tunapozungumzia ukosefu wa ajira, basi haiwezekani ya kwamba tunakwenda kinyume. Ni kinaya kikubwa unapovunja miundo misingi na uwekezaji ambayo kwa hakika ni mojawapo ya vitega uchumi vinavyofungua nafasi za ajira. Naomba kwa heshima, ninapovaa magwanda haya, Olo anapovaa magwanda yale, na Shomba anapovaa magwanda yale, angali Mkenya, hawi mnyama ama hayawani kasoro mkia. Ni binadamu ambaye ana kwao, ni binadamu ambaye ana damu ambayo inapita katika mwili wake, na ni binadamu ambaye ana uzalendo. Leo kwisha kumaliza kazi hii, nikistaafu nitakwenda Ndoshai kule kwetu nyumbani. Sitoacha kuwa Mkenya kwa sababu narejesha magwanda haya. Kuvaa magwanda haya hakumaanisha kwamba sisi ni maadui wenu, tuwe vijana, tuwe wanasiasa, tuwe wazee. Kunayo majukumu ambayo lazima yatekelezwe. Mfano, leo gari hili nzuri limepakwa nakshi nzuri kabisa, limerembeshwa. Ametoka Mwehu kule anakwenda pale kulichoma. Mimi nitasimama ni kuachie ulichome ama ulibomoe ama ulivuruge na uvuruge amani kwa sababu wewe unazungumzia uhuru ambao zimepeana kikatiba? Haiwezekani. Tunayo majukumu ya kutekeleza. Na waomba shime na kwa heshima kubwa, mtuepushie fedheha na balaa ya kufanya mambo ambayo mtakuja kusema ya kwamba tunavunjwa, tunaonewa, tunafanywa hivi. Kwa sababu lazima jamii iwe na utangamano na lazima mali na maisha ya watu yalindwe. Ni kazi ambayo iko katika katiba. Jinsi uhuru wa kuandamana, uhuru wa kuzungumza, uhuru wa kupiga mayowe upo katika katiba. Tunaelewana? Kwa hivyo tunapotembea, sisi ni binadamu. Sisi ni watu ambao tunasikiza. Mara nyingi tunazungumza. Kama kuna jambo linakwenda segemnege, hata sisi tuna masikio ya kuelezwa na kuelewa. Na ndiposa tumejikaza na kujiepusha na kuwaangamiza watu, licha ya kuwa mmetutia kidole katika sehemu nyeti. Namalizia kwa kusema hivi wangwana. Jamhuri hii ni yetu. Awe mdogo kijana barubaru, awe wa makamu mzee, awe mzee aliyezeeka na kuzembea, jamhuri hii ni yetu. Tukiwa viongozi wa tabaka mbalimbali, wa siasa, viongozi wa makanisa, viongozi wengine, lazima tujue ya kwamba hatuwezi kuishi tukiwa tumesambaratisha jamhuri yetu. Kwa nini basi tusisemezane kwa upole? Kwa nini tusijiepushe na dhana ya kwamba kile wakati kunapotangazwa maandamano, inakuwa sasa maandamano, kila mtu anapanga, anakwenda supermarket kuzunguka kuangalia mashine kubwa ya kupiga wimbo, ndo kesho araukie aje aichukue. Shetani yashindwe. Kwa hayo mengi, karibuni tena, na Mwenyezi Mungu atujalie neema ya kuzungumza pamoja. Asante.
Asante County Commissioner. Unajua mimi nakuanga na bahati sana as a person. Unakuja unachukua mic wa County Commissioner. Sasa nilikuwa na seti mkono imsalimie, nikaona ameenda pande ile na sitaki kuaibika kwa TV, nikaacha akaenda. Let's appreciate Mswahili. Nilikuwa nataka kumuenjoy kwa Kimeru sababu najua hadi Kimeru. Mimi niseme kwa hii platform, kama kuna County Commissioner Kenya amejaribu kukua Mkenya, anajua lugha nyingi, ni Ouma. Mpigeni makofi tena. We will know that another day. Sawa sawa. Na sasa ndio mjue hapa ni Center for Democracy. Wale hawatoangi sauti wakiongea, lazima sasa tu wa recognize. Hawasikii? Sasa nilikuwa nataka kusema hao wote kwa TV wanasikia na wanaona na wanasikia Kenya tunasema, kwa sababu kwa dialogue tuko na mtu ya mnaelewa hii maneno. Sasa kwa hivyo sign language interpreter, I can hear my director of MC Laingo, they are always directing me every time. Ananiambia wanajulikana kama sign language interpreter. So this is how we do when we celebrate people who are able differently. Let's celebrate, celebrate, celebrate. Stop clapping. Now I direct you today, stop clapping. I was looking for you. I got you. Yeah, now I got you. I got you. I got you. So, let us do what I was coming to do. And as I do this one, Kawira, be behind me. So, I would like to show celebration. Let's celebrate, celebrate, celebrate. Celebrate People's Dialogue, People Dialogue Festival. Celebrate without sound. I'm the only one making noise. Celebrate. Don't stop. Yes. County Commissioner sikuoni, weka mkono juu haraka ama nikuweke ndani. Whatever I say on this platform will be left here. I cannot be accused with it. Anybody not doing that, you're not celebrating. Ulisikia DMK anasema tuwapatie viti. Hawapewi viti, wapewe viti. Hiyo ndio dialogue. Leo watu wanakuja kuongea, wacha viongozi tunawapea microphone hapa, wenye waja ongea, mutaongea, platform ni usiweke mkono chini, unaweka kama nani? Mzungu asikii. Yo. Like this. No, not camera. Yeah, hands up. Hands up in the air and then you go bira. I spoke every English I know. Now I want to put your hands down. I can punish people. Sandraka Ondari is here with us. Huyo ni sign language interpreter, mpigie makofi. Ni kwa nini mnapiga makofi vibaya? Piga makofi. Sandraka. Christina Mora. Kristina Mora, na waita wage Meru. Kristina Mora, unaona amevaa green, huyo ni Mera. Baada hapa tumusage. Ndemiani Evans. Ndemiani ndio tuko naye hapa, kuna na kandevu kama ya mbuzi, inaitangwa goti. Kama ya mheshimiwa Kirinya pale. Asante sana. Joseph Kimathi. Une Meru anajua Meru. Asante sana. So that is Ensagi. Thank you very much. He is not sitting. He will interpret this poem for you. Now, allow me to break the ice with a lady, a young person from Meru, all the way from Kobo. She spoke initially. She won 2 times. Kwa kaa soba na naona mwenye alikuwa CEO hapa. Asante sana. Hiyo akiwa kishinda. Kwa hivyo tunawaletea best of the best. Ladies and gentlemen, she has been reciting in East and Central Africa. And today on CMD, this is one and only. Nikisema kitu mnapiga makofi vizuri. Kawira the poet.
In case you don't know me, I go by the name Kawira the poet, natoka Nkobo. Nime grow up South Imenti, ndo maana na believe South Imenti. Na leo tunasema form ni dialogue PDF inachacha, na kama KDF tutailinda cause this is us my youths, hii ni sauti yetu. So sikiza hii story. Sauti moja haitoshi kusema. Tukiwa wengi tunaweza kubadilisha mfumo mzima. This is not noise. It's the people's sound. From village to the city, our power goes around. Si kura ni siri lakini nguvu ni wazi. Demokrasia hujengwa kwa kazi. Vyama vingi si vita vya maneno. Ni njia tofauti lakini si lengo ni mema. One party alone may lose the track, but many parties, they bring us back. To balance, to checks, to open debate, to building a future, not tempting a fate. See, wewe ni ndugu hata wakitofautiana, vyama si wadui, ni njia ya kusikilizana. Sikiza, siasa ni huduma, si jukwaa la sifa. Kiongozi mzuri usikia kilio cha taifa. We vote for change, not revenge. We want vision, not just trend. Tunahitaji wazi, si maneno matupu. Uongozi wa kweli, si uanza na kupenda watu. That is why tunasema PDF ndio dialogue yetu, na PDF inachacha. Si sauti yetu ni dhamani yetu. Tunakura si kama zamani. Vyama tofauti si ni lengo moja, call it multipartyism democracy. Amani maendeleo si nchi moja, demokrasia ni yetu sote. Bila hofu, bila madoido kwa wote. Si tunaweza kuchagua, tunaweza kusema kwa kura ndogo, tunaweza lema, sio lazima tukabiliane kila siku. Lakini tukisikizana, hiyo ndo msingi mkuu. Listen, let's lead with ideas. Not just fame. Play the people's game, not the power game. Vyama vingi si vurugu, si ni utajiri wa mawazo, mipango, na pia njia za kijiasiri. Sikia, one flag, many voices, one people, many choices. Let not fear difference. Let it make it our strength, si resistance. Chagua chama, chagua njia. Bora ni amani na haki, ni umoja. Sauti moja hapana nyingi. Ndio maana tuna vyama vingi, call it multi-party democracy. Demokrasia nguvu ya mwananchi, sio ya wachache tu. Na hatuchagui kwa hasira, situchague kwa hekima. Tukiwa pamoja demokrasia itang'ara. Sauti yetu, nguvu yetu. Chama chako, nchi yetu. Multi-party democracy. Asante sana Bwana Kiraitu kwa kuona utakiraitu. Uongoze mayouth, ndo sauti yetu isikike. Sikia mayouth, popote penye uko, kura yako, sauti yako, na pia kula kwako, usipeleke uko kura yako. Ndo maana tumesema take this to the bank. Hatutaki handouts. It's time for us to stand and lead a nation, cause we are a young nation. Sisi ni majenzi, magunzi. Tumekuja kubring our policies, ndo tusikizwe. Asante sana CMD, tunashukuru. God bless Kenya. God bless CMD.
You are saying rushing ni kama unaogea nje. Natoka stage, thank you CMD. Eyo, time has been wasted by others, not us. We are following time. We are correctly here. So if kama vijana nataka wasikie thank you CMD from a young person, because CMD cares about young people. as I told you earlier on, chairman, ni mtu ya vijana.
Asante sana bwana chairman kwa kuona uwezi kiraitu ndo mayouth wasikize. Hii ni sauti ya mayouth na mayouth. God bless Kenya, God bless CMD. Asante sana.
Asante. Ladies and gentlemen, tuweke mikono pamoja, tukaribishe the deputy Governor Meru County, Your Excellency Linda Kiome. Asante sana. Hapo ndio. Mwenda Kirinya, unajua wewe ndio Bishop of Hope na ni wa vijana. You are a part of my entertainment. I have 1 minute for you, sir. And because you represent the young people in the County Assembly of Meru, sorry, bwana DMK, naruka protocol kidogo na Caleb, lakini dakika moja pekee, haidhuru popote. Bwana Bishop of Hope, karibisheni Kirinya tafadhali. Makofi! This is one of the young people that the chairman has raised like a person. So we must show some examples in public. Welcome.
Thank you very much, Laingo. A round of applause for Laingo. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kirinya Mwenda Benson, specially elected through Devolution Empowerment Party, Alliance BAS. So I'm glad today, Your Excellency. You know, me, I refer Kiraitu as governor still, because you've had an history of fighting for multi-party democracy in Kenya. So the space we are enjoying today for multi-partyism is as a result of your efforts and many others that saw it fit to actually fight for this space in Kenya. For me, my voice when it comes to issues to do with political parties is that one thing, I am a product of a political party called BAS. This party believed in me, and to be very honest with everyone, is that I didn't give a coin. The much I spent to get the position I am today is a total of 10,000 Kenya shillings, and that was for the nomination fee. It was all across. The other thing I did is, of course, energy. Nilijituma. So kujituma kwa chama iliweza kunipatia what we call a platform for me to shine and have the space I am today. And I hope I haven't sijaangusha chama changu. Baka mahali tumefika sidhani mimi nimeangusha chama. So I want to appreciate the party, the Secretary General of the party, the party leader, and of course even the NEC. But I have also had a few experiences, especially when I was in this space, because now we have an opportunity to talk to many parties. One of the biggest problems, even back then, Your Excellency, is that there are parties that were deemed to be very popular, and they used to sell their ticket to the highest bidders. So most of the young people actually who ran to BAS party, it is because some of them had been denied tickets in other parties and then they ran. Unakuta wale wengine pia waliweza kutoka in different parties wakakimbia the parties that were deemed to be unpopular. And then because they were popular candidates, they bagged the seats, not because the party that denied them opportunity and gave someone else because they had money was not popular. So one of the biggest issues we are having is political parties selling, tickets. The other issue I would want to urge other political parties, all political parties actually across, is that some of the positions like those of Secretary Generals and others should actually as a law, I don't know whether we can have it as a law, that the position of Secretary General or at least 3 positions should go to the young people. Because the power and energy of any political party lies with the young people. So kama mnataka political parties zikuwe na kitu inaitwa vibrancy, then you must leave some of these positions to the young people so that the party can have an identity of the young people. With those very many remarks, thank you very much, Your Excellency. I hope we will have good interactive sessions. Asanteni sana.
And he's one of the panelists also. I'm a represent panelist. We have panelists here. Mpigeni makofi tena tafadhali. And my sign language interpreters are 4 in number. They're interpreting after one and after the other. So, ladies and gentlemen, because we are all together, you have sat for quite long and I have 30 seconds only. Stand up, kindly stand up. This is dialogue and I'm dialoguing with you. We expect people to respect the person with the microphone anytime. Don't make noise to somebody. Kwa sababu akona mic juu mpendi. Inua mikono juu kidogo, ukiinua sikufa yote mikono, nimesema mikono yangu moja, mikono iko chini, mikono shake them like this. And kama una celebrate vile tulisema, we are teaching you a lesson. Stugi, I don't know what is happening back in the studio. We love each other. Peace, love and harmony.